Hey everyone, it's Chris and Dan with a special guest today, Kate. We thought we'd bring in a solid Harry Potter expert as we've just seen Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So we've just come out, we're about 2 months too late, but still we thought we'd give you our opinion. And first of all, we're going to hear from Dan as to what you were expecting when you went in, and then we're going to hear from our Harry Potter expert, Kate, as well.
Expectations were, I guess, I was looking for a movie that they intentionally were going to try and make it different to Harry Potter. Obviously, they didn't want it to be Harry Potter Part 8. So
Yeah.
I expected them to try and really make a difference with Harry Potter, but maybe with a smattering of Easter eggs throughout. Made people go, oh, look at that.
Yeah, no worries.
That was my
Okay,
expectation.
what were you expecting going into this?
Yeah, I had no expectations. I hadn't even seen the trailer somehow, but I think I thought much the same as Dan. I thought it was gonna be maybe a little bit more of a prequel, maybe a bit more sort of a bit connected to Harry Potter in some way still, and but yeah, still different in a lot of ways.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty much the same as both of you. A loose tie-in prequel is all I was expecting, and yeah, overall, how would you summarise the movie, Dan?
Okay,
As from a plot perspective, I want to hear your thoughts just yet.
Obviously, spoiler free.
As always, as always.
Yeah. Basically, British wizard arrives in New York with a suitcase full of creatures, and they get loose, and something happens. It's not really,
Exactly.
can't really go into much more detail than that, really.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to not give away much with this movie, but we'll try.
Yeah, that's right. Very good. All right. Anything else you'd like to add to that summary? No.
Enjoy the movie when you see it, and
Yeah.
find out exactly what's
All
going
right.
on.
So let's start with Kate in terms of what is it you liked about the movie, and then we'll hear from you, Dan, because I know you're itching to talk away. But Kate, lead us off.
Well, I have to say that as a Harry Potter fan, I thoroughly enjoyed most of this film. There weren't many cons for me, but I think this film really ignited in me that passion for Harry Potter that I have, and makes me want to go and read all the books again. It was just everything I love about Harry Potter, but different. So the magical world feel, the use of magic, it just sent me right back to the first time you see those movies, and it's just got that same feel. The costumes in this movie are great. Set in the 20s in New York, it adds a real other aspect to the Harry Potter theme that didn't exist before, or in a different way. Yeah.
You were giving us some of your pros after we just walked out, and we're like, oh, it's probably a good thing that Kate, you're with us, because Dan and I, the two blokes probably wouldn't have picked that up. So
yeah, I thought it was really well done. I thought
not that that's a sexist statement, is it?
And just the tie-ins with Harry Potter. It wasn't made to be like direct Harry Potter prequel, but there were still some really good tie-ins and moments where you're like, oh yes, that's that's related to Harry Potter, but not in a way that
There are some smaller details that only Harry Potter fans would pick up.
Yeah, that's true.
Aren't there? We won't say what they are.
Easter eggs.
It was great to be back in that world. It
really was.
Even though it was a different time and place, it still, it felt like it was actual, the Harry Potter world, so to speak, even though it's got nothing to do really with those characters. Once again, their imagination and their use of creativity is fantastic. You mentioned the animals as well.
Yeah, the animals were great. I loved them. They were it was like, it was like watching Hagrid with his hippogriffs, in the Harry Potter saga. Sorry.
Yes.
It was like watching that again. Just that, it was really well done.
Yep. Dan?
Yeah, I really liked the way that they took what's been mainly a British thing, magical world, from Harry Potter, and translated it over to the American side of things, and they changed, slightly different laws and slightly different language, and used amongst wizards and slightly different like political setup, and it was just it was
Mm.
interesting. Like they thought they could have just had the exact same thing as it's in UK, but in America, but they didn't. They changed a lot of things about it.
Yep.
It definitely had a bit of a kind of a film noir type feel to it. It was almost like a detective story in places as well. I found.
Oh yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I hadn't
very
thought about
enjoyable.
Yeah.
And
okay.
the Americanization of it didn't ruin it in
Yeah,
any
that's
way.
true.
Like it really added to just its point of difference to the Harry Potter films, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that was a concern for a lot of people going
Yeah.
in, that it would be, it's American Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So what didn't we like so much about the film?
Well, before we say that, though, there is
Oh.
one thing that I would like to add. Is the music. I know.
Oh yeah, of
yes.
course.
Yeah, we're
Missed
all
that. Yeah,
touching
the
on
music,
that.
The music was great.
Yeah, very effective. Not too, overplayed. I think it was, used very well. Some memorable tunes along the way too. So I really enjoyed the music there. So anything you want to add about that?
No.
No. Okay.
Roll into the things you didn't like.
Oh wow. Okay. I'd say I don't know. The main thing that I found was throughout the movie there was some really weird, awkward pauses, some pacing issues. It was some long silences. I think this was mainly with the lead actress. Don't know her name, but the character's name was Goldstein or Goldstein, depending on Tina.
Yeah.
Yep. Because she was not convincing to me in the slightest. I think the acting.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the acting overall was okay. I know you're going to talk about Redmayne soon, but yeah, I'd say I'm not sure if the way it was directed or it was just because some of these lead actors / actresses were just getting on my nerves. Just the way that their chemistry or lack of on screen wasn't really working. So. And a couple of times throughout the movie, I'm like, where is this movie going? Like, what is the, it feels like we're along the ride seeing what's happening, but, the intentions of certain things and, characters, etc., isn't very clear. So, it was, found myself asking that a couple of times. So,
I would agree that in the middle it kind of got a little bit slow for me, just a little bit, but picked up reasonably quickly afterwards. So, I think after thinking about that. I think for me, with the acting, I'm not a huge Colin Farrell fan. Didn't really like him in this movie, but
you didn't?
But Dan did, so I think that's just me not being a Colin
Did you take
Farrell lover.
Farrell baggage going in?
Yeah, possibly took some Farrell baggage going in, but I don't
That was
know.
my
It just didn't
catchphrase.
really. It just didn't. I don't know. I didn't do it for me. But,
Fair enough.
But yeah, some of the other acting was quite well done, and I think it was alright.
And what did you think of the ending?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the ending was a little bit drawn out. Some scenes were a little bit drawn out. Probably could have, just wrapped it up a little bit better. There was one part of it that was well done, but yeah.
Yeah. Then there's a goodbye. We won't say it. There's goodbye of some characters, and all of a sudden they've got this apparently some built up romance chemistry that okay, where's that been
that
the whole movie? It's just all of a sudden they've got big emotions for each other. It could have been. There's lots of characters in there. It could be anyone, but that was not believable in the slightest. What about? I was talking before a little bit about the pacing and whatnot. That the intro. I know you guys didn't really find it as much, but right at the start when we're bringing everyone up to speed, showing us what time piece we're in, what the news is, etc., and some events that have happened, and they're showing us some newspapers to show that. There's a lot of things going on. You got to really pay attention, and bang, it's all over. And then having that contrasted against a lot of scenes which are slow, long, and these long shots, far too long. That I guess kind of threw me off a little bit. But with that intro, you also saying the CG, you found a little bit.
Yeah, just in the
off-putting.
beginning, I thought the set, it looked like a movie set. Like it looked a little bit fake and a little bit too CG. But I think the whole movie had a bit of a magical kind of quality to it. The whole, like just the feel to it just had a magical quality. I think maybe that sort of ties in well in the end, and it didn't bother me too much. It's just in the beginning, I just thought it was a bit fake, but yeah, I think that added to it in the end.
Okay.
I actually didn't mind the acting performances of all of them. I thought they were pretty good, all in all.
Okay.
I know you two didn't particularly care much for the lead actress, but I thought she was reasonably good. I didn't find her much of an issue there. Colin Farrell, I thought also was pretty good.
Yeah. What about the other lead actor, Dan?
Eddie Redmayne. Yeah. So was it Eddie Redmayne playing Newt Scamander, or was it Eddie Redmayne playing Stephen Hawking playing Newt Scamander? I don't know whether, I haven't seen enough Eddie Redmayne to know, but kind of felt a bit like he was doing that kind of Stephen Hawking kind of furtive, not wanting to look at people and thing, and being a little bit crazy and a little bit
aloof. And,
and I didn't know whether maybe that's just how he plays every role he plays, or whether he just felt that they were similar characters in some ways. But but I still enjoyed the performance. Felt a bit Stephen Hawking-y.
Yeah,
without the glasses.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Any other cons before we give our recommendations on whether or not it's worth seeing?
No, I did forget to mention though in my I thought the CG was really good overall.
Yes.
I thought the graphics in this movie were fantastic.
Very good.
And I also thought there were some scenes that for me really paralleled some Harry Potter storylines and scenes, and I thought it just it was nice without being a complete replica of the Harry Potter movie scenes. But
that's good.
Not too many cons for me in this movie, really.
So would you give it 2 thumbs up?
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely 2 thumbs up for me.
Worth
and
seeing.
Definitely worth seeing. You don't need to know much about the Harry Potter story, I don't think, to really enjoy this movie, but it probably helps. But great movie, definitely. Okay.
Well, I'm going to go 1 thumb up, 1 thumb down.
Oh, rebel.
No, this is our first non-double thumbs up. I'm going to say that the 1 thumb up, if you are a Harry Potter fan, you'll definitely enjoy this, 100%. Don't even question whether or not you should go see this. You should have already seen it. In fact, you should have seen it before us. We're 2 months too late. So, but the thumb down is because if you're not a Harry Potter fan, I don't think you're going to get as much out of this by any means if you were. There are quite a few, I know I've banged on it a little bit already, but those issues I was mentioning were rather off-putting. Yes, the CG was great, but personally I think if you're not a Harry Potter fan, you're not really going to enjoy this movie that well.
Well, I'm going 2 thumbs up. I am actually a pretty big Harry Potter fan as well.
Harry Potter nerds, yeah.
But having said that, I did find it rather entertaining anyway. And I think it was different enough to Harry Potter to perhaps suit non-Harry Potter people. Like I know what you're saying. I know that you're not going to get as much out of it as if you're a Harry Potter person, but if you're just like an adventure and kind of film, I think you'll enjoy it. Definitely.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, each their own opinion, even though we don't always agree. It's all good.
That's the point.
So because today is New Year's Day, the 1st 2017, therefore we're saying happy 2017. And it's not just a special one because we've got our first special guest here, Dan, but also it's the kickoff of a new year. So anyway, let us know what your thoughts were. If you've seen the flick, as you probably already have, in the comments. Otherwise, let us know what you'd like us to review next. Maybe it's even a TV show. Have I told you we should probably do TV shows as well? Yeah, well there you go. That's good.
Production meeting for sure.
We have meetings. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you thought it was a complete waste of time watching us, then thumbs down. We won't be too offended. Well, you might be, but we'll take it on board. And and if you haven't yet subscribed and you want to keep up to date, then do that as well. Otherwise, we'll see you soon. See you guys. Ciao.